Minecraft modding 8-sided square. Minecraft mod showcase mod showcase. Okay, save. Hello chat. Are you subscribed? Yes, I am now. Start poll and copy. Everyone live working on my mod. I'm so excited to be done with the Forge update. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Am I live? Okay, chat. Here's what we are doing today. I'm hitting record. Test, 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 test. I think everything's all set. We are coding new enchants into Minecraft. So in here, I can formulate the folders of which we will be, in which we will be creating our enchants. So, dang, there's an actual race for first today. That never happens. Okay, so inside these folders, or inside this folder, we're going to create a folder for each enchant section. So we need enchants for swords, we need enchants for axes, we need enchants for shovels, we need enchants for pickaxes, we need enchants for hoes, forgetting what's even in Minecraft, enchants for sickles, which is my mod obviously, enchants for hammers, which is also my mod obviously, and then enchants for armor. I'm gonna be adding karate belts to Minecraft, specifically just belts though. What would be the point of that? Yo, wait, Fiery Zane, make a mod where you start as a white belt, and by playing the game, you can unlock more belts by, like, killing mobs, but it has to be, like, hand-to-hand combat. But then, like, the higher belt you are, the more moves you unlock. That would be goated. I would play that game all the time, bro. I played a Roblox game just like that when I was younger. Okay, who's gonna pitch me the first idea? Who's gonna pitch me the first idea if you guys don't have any ideas yet? The concept of this update for my mod is that these have to be enchants that make sense to be created as a forge enchant. So, like, for example, if you're forging hot metal, hammering it down, and you don't do a great job, and now there's, like, jagged little pieces on the side of the sword, you could add an enchant called Jagged that inflicts bleeding damage because of the rivets on the side of the sword. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's for a mod that makes useless items useful and just wanted to add belts for fun. They're crafted with rabbit hide. Valid. I feel like they need some type of function though. Maybe you could enchant them to with exclusive enchants that help your combat. I don't know. I thought of a funny one, but it's a bit overkill, not vanilla. Alright, Mr. Rock, welcome to the stream. I'm looking for the first idea for my custom enchants, chat. So everyone start pitching ideas, and we'll choose the best one to start. My new video didn't do very well. I think I might private it and re-upload it as a double feature with the enchant update. If it flops. If it gets at least 200 views, I'll keep it up. Smoothly molded? What would that do? Did you ever add text-to-speech? For bits? No. I should probably look up how to set that up, huh? I don't know. So, I like the idea of jagged. I can start writing down my ideas here. Jagged, bleeding, damage. Poisoning damage. So, I don't know if you were here for my explanation, Mr. Rock, but in my mod, you can hammer your metal tools in order to get these enchants, and the idea is that these need to be enchants that make sense to obtain just by hammering your tools in a certain way. So, the example I gave was a sword that is jagged, meaning an imperfect hammering job left rivets in the side, and now when you slash a mob with it, it inflicts bleeding damage. Hey, YouTube chat. Blue Gunner just said hi to YouTube, so you guys gotta say hi back. What about dexterity? Less reload time, but less knockback. I like dexterity as a idea. Okay, we're starting with swords. I want everyone to give me your sword ideas, and whichever one I like best, I'll add to the mod. So, faster attack speed, less knockback. Today I get good health. It was 3 needles in my hand. 3 days I was sick. You're sick every time you're in my chat, dude. That's kind of sad. I hope you're doing okay. Allows you to set fire by right-clicking the ground. I feel like, you know how like when you hit metal or rock with, you know, metal, it creates sparks? I think I could justify that. Emin, thank you for subscribing. So maybe instead of inflamed, we go with, like, spark. Right-click on stone or metal blocks to light for a chance to light a fire. Long, more range. Okay, so for sword enchants, we have jagged, dexterity, sparks, and long. Dear Lord, there's gonna be a lot of enchants to create if I make this many. That is a real thing they added in one of the April Fool's updates? Really? Okay. I'm not sure which one to add. Call it really frickin' hot. I could send you a clip in the back rooms if you want. I'm good. Okay, let's start this. So, should we do jagged first? I mean, jagged is my own idea, so maybe I don't do my own first. Dexterity. Okay, so dexterity, create a new enchant, call it dexterity. Enchantment weight. We want it to be rare, so let's set that to 1. Maximum enchant level. The max level is going to be 1. Items that can be enchanted with this enchantment, swords. So let's select all these swords. Good. Supported slots, hand. Slot types that match with this enchantment type. I don't get it. Well, I guess swords can't be used in, offhand, so we'll just put main hand. Enchantments that this enchant can't coexist with. I think it'll work compatibility-wise. Static shock. Gives random chance to give a static damage that is small but effective over time but annoying. Like if the mold had impurities and something that builds up static charge was added. What are we doing in today's stream? We're making new enchants. Maybe if you put another sword in your offhand, you can make fire and sparks. I'm gonna keep working on the one we have, but you guys can keep tossing me ideas. I'll write them down if I like them. Enchantment anvil cost. Yeah, I don't know. Damage reduction modifier. I'm guessing that's just for armor. It is a treasure enchant. It cannot be obtained from either of those. It is a treasure enchant, which means it cannot be obtained from an enchantment table. Okay, save. Rough edge. It has a rough edge, so the damage is unpredictable. That's more of a curse. Give me a second, chat. I just remembered something. Where's the comments? I'm trying to leave a comment on my doc. Fix. Arrow. Deflection. Oh. Okay. Welcome, Mandos, to the stream. The VR boys, welcome to the stream. Crystal RL, welcome to the stream. We're currently making custom enchants for Minecraft. We're starting with dexterity. Okay, so procedure, swords with dexterity. Holding. We'll do player tick. On player tick, if item in the main hand of the player is a sword, so I should probably... Do I have a tag for swords yet? Yes, I do. Why is sickle in the swords tag? Delete. Okay. Items, Minecraft swords. Is item... If item in the main hand is tagged as Minecraft, swords. And... If I don't read chat too much while I'm working on this, I'm sorry. Remember me? Quackified! Welcome back. Grapple, bow. Pull players 5 blocks to you on hit. Oh, we don't have bow on here because these are for things that you can forge in an anvil. In my mod. So in my mod, I added molds and now you have to hammer your weapons into the shape you want. So that's what we're doing right now. We're adding enchants for that feature. Okay. Is item in main hand a sword and is item in main hand enchanted? Does it have the enchant? What can YouTube viewers see? I should probably zoom in or something. Does it have enchantment dexterity? If so, then set base value of attribute attack speed. And I gotta look up the default values. Attack speed. Default is 4. So we're going to set this to 5 and see how it is. And then attack knockback. Default is 0. Oh. I can't set it lower than it normally is. That's okay. I have a plan. We can do the same thing I did to punching damage. I'll show you guys how I fix that in a second. Else, set base attack speed to 4. Okay, so we did the attack speed. That should work. Maybe I should do that as a weapon modifier. So when the enchant gets put on the weapon, do we have modifiers in MCreator? Because I know I can add item attributes. But it looks like MCreator doesn't have an easy way for me to do that. Does anyone know if what I'm thinking of is on MCreator? It doesn't look like I can do item attributes. Argian, welcome to the stream. What's good? Okay, so this is a good start for dexterity. Let's create a second procedure. Crap. Procedure attacked by dexterity. And then we are going to do entity is attacked if the item in the main hand has enchantment, item in the main hand of the source entity, which is the entity that attacks the other one. If this item has the enchant dexterity, then set motion, attempt to override motion vector to 000 of target entity. That's what I did to turn off punch knockback. Shady, you shouldn't check if it's a sword, since the only way to in survival to get it on anything is via the forge on a sword. So what you're saying is you want to be able to put it on other weapons in creative mode? I guess that's fair. Did this work? Okay, let's hit play and test out dexterity. Add sticky shit. Enchantment, no idea what it would do. No, I'm not even gonna delete that comment, because you're kind of funny, homie. But, I don't think I'll be adding that. If I add 3 new enchants for every section of enchants that I want, this is going to be a very long stream. And also, there's going to be a lot of new enchants. What about a curved sword enchant where you can hit the player if he stands left or right? I'm not sure that has a lot of applications. How long are you willing to stream for? Latest noon, because I have some homework. I have some homework to do. Ugh. Hello from South Africa. Hello. Brush Shady ignored all my 2 enchants. I literally... Okay. Cameron, you have an attention-seeking problem, and I suggest you get help. Just because I don't read it immediately doesn't mean I didn't read it. There is something called stream delay because my internet is poo-poo. Are you using these enchants on your own mod? Yes. On my own modded worlds. Bruh, Shady ignored me. So sad. Sob, sob, sob. Alright, guy. Alright. Alright. Hey, we created the first enchant in only 20 minutes. This is so free. We're about to test out the new enchants, chat. I just gotta pull up the game on Streamlabs. Can you put poop enchantment? Might as well call it the Shady's Wi-Fi enchantment. There we go. I mean, if you get on a roll, you could create multiple and test them all at once. Probably. So this enchant, theoretically, is just going to be a high-speed, low knockback thing. So it's like, if you want to just repeatedly hit the same mob over and over again, this would be the enchant for you. So let's enchant myself with reasonable progression dexterity, level 1. There we go. That's certainly faster, right? Okay, so the attack speed is in fact changing. Okay, so let's grab a... What's a mob with a lot of health but still takes knockback? Let's just summon like a custom pig or something. MC Stacker. Oh wait, we can just splash a Turtle Master potion on a pig. Okay, let's do cow actually. Cow, and let's grab a Turtle Master potion. The knockback is not canceling. Let's try a normal sword to check if it's a me problem. It looks the same. Okay, so the attack speed is working. What's up, gang? Costina YT on the stream. Let's go. Oh, I need to catch up on the bit donation. Sorry, guys. Yo, YouTubers, the stream delay is way better on Twitch. And then Off420 said, Glue, I will beat you on bits. My first class got canceled on the way there. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Me and Kane both had our first classes canceled today. That's why I'm not at school right now. In case you guys didn't notice, I don't usually stream at this time on Tuesdays. Is this a challenge? Oh no. Glue Gunner said nuh-uh, and Off420 said, is this a challenge? Thank you guys so much for the bits. You have to make normal knockback as 0, keep it normal. Normal knockback attribute for attacks for players is 0, and you can't go lower than 0. So I have to cancel knockback a different way. And I'll show you guys what I did. If I go to early game, punching drops, is it in punch fatigue? Yeah, look. Attempt override vector 000. So you take the knockback damage, and then your motion vector is 000. So that's what I tried to do. What if I swap these around? Maybe the game processes these differently. Alright, chat, let's test it again. New enchant, sword, dexterity. Alright, loading up the game. Guess who I am? I hope you're Sharpshot. Because if you're not Sharpshot, then I have no idea who else is using my name. He ignored me again. Number 1 does not help. Bro, calm down. There's so many people in my chat. And by so many, I mean several. This is such a waste of bits, but the badge is worth it. It's not really worth it, honestly, but I think it's funny. Maybe we can share first place? Nope, mine. Bruh. Wild. Okay, I give up. I'm meme guy. Meme guy, why did you make a I don't like the profile picture you picked, homie. I don't like that face. Okay, so canceling knockback is still not working. So I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So this should detect if the entity who hit the other entity has has the enchantment Dexterity, and then if they do, it should override the motion vector and set it to 0 so that they don't take knockback. I'm gonna try a second idea, which would be to set the event target entity's knockback resistance. Set their knockback resistance to 0.5. Then wait 10 ticks and set it back to 0. Or maybe I should do it as adding. So attribute, get base attribute. I'll read all those in a second. I'm sorry. Get knockback resistance. Add 0.5. Oops. Set knockback resistance to get knockback resistance plus 0.5. Then wait. And then set it to minus 0.5. Save. Okay. Hopefully that works. Let me catch up with chat. Ain't no way you mod in Scratch. It's called mCreator. Make the knockback in negative, bro. It's literally not possible. 100 bits? Holy crap, dude. Easy. Me when I lie. Wait, I need one more. There, cool badge. 100. Okay. Knockback attribute can't go negative. It will just break. Can I put a dance enchant? No, because then I have to animate a dance animation for every single mob. Unless I just make them spin. I'm not even sure I know how to make them spin. Okay, y'all need to calm down on the Twitch. Goodbye, badge. You were cool. Damn. Ugh. I'm feeling stuffy. It's taken way too long to make one enchant. It worked! Yay! We can combo now! I don't know, I like this enchant. Okay. First enchant done! Let's go, we did it! Alright, chat. The second idea was sparks. Right-click on stone or metal for a chance to light a fire. Okay. I feel like there's a better name for that. Definitely not asking ChatGPT what I should call it. Ignition. Or ignite. I like ignite. We'll do that. Okay. Ignite. Inflamed. Inflamed implies that the sword itself is on fire. And how would... I mean, I guess you're forging it in lava. I'll go with ignite. Okay, let's create a new enchant. Call it ignite. Weight 1. Max level 1. Items that can be enchanted with it. Swords. Supported slots, main hand. Can't coexist. It'll be fine. Anvil cost, whatever. Treasure, enchant, save. It doesn't need perfect logic. Okay, I want it to be at least a little... It's called reasonable progression, not illogical progression, okay? Procedure. Ignition, use. So, let's move this to the middle so everyone can see what I'm doing. So, when player right-clicks with item, if the item is enchanted... Oh, I needed that. If provided item stack is ignite, enchanted with ignite, then swing the main hand. We should do right-click on block instead. If player right-clicks block, if item in the main hand of the player is enchanted with ignite, then swing the main hand, spawn particles, 5 particles of crit, with a distribution of 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, speed of 0.1. Let's spawn the particles above the block. So we'll do like this. And then if you guys don't know, the exact chords of a block are actually on the corner of it. So in order to have particles that are centered on the block, I have to add 0.5 to the coordinates. So X and Z, 0.5. Then Y plus 1. We're going to make that plus 0.5 and see how it looks. And then in a random chance... right here. Oh, we should also play sound. Flint and steel use. Player. What should the random chance be? 0.25? And then... if get block... above the block that you clicked on. If get block above the block that you clicked on, I should also set this to if the block face you are looking at which one do I need? If block face I'm looking at. Things are color-coded in mCreator, but I'm literally colorblind, so it's fine. If the face I'm looking at is up, and get block above the block that you clicked on is air, then this, place at these coordinates, fire. I think that should be it. I think that's everything we need. Also, make sure to take durability. That is very true. Thank you for reminding me. Damage. Thank you. Alright, now we're done. Supercraft, welcome to the stream. Shady, why are you ignoring me? I'm literally modding. Do you not see me focused right now? Chat, why are all of my viewers attention seekers? I love you guys, but I think your parents need to give you more attention. Please, go hug your mom. Go hug your mom or I'll hug her for you, bro. Where's Fiery Zane to clip it when I need him? Can you add new enchantment? What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm so confused. I'm actually so confused. I'm actually so confused. Imagine not being able to play a loud sound to get his attention. SMH my head. I'll be back to Cobblemon streams tomorrow, chat. Don't worry. Yo, Shady, can you do what you are currently doing? New profile picture W. I don't see a change. Is it the same? Or did you change it and it just hasn't... I'm confused. Who changed their profile picture? Okay, so we added dexterity. Now let's get a new sword to compare with and enchant it with ignite. Sometimes it just doesn't stay. Do we like this enchant, chat? It removes the friction at oiled 10. Someone wants me to add an oiled up enchantment. That is a flame sword. Not the same thing. Gonna be fun to bully people in PvP. I think it should be more consistent due to just not appearing. You know, trying to make people feel stupid whilst you mod enchants with a program that does it for you is wild. One, it does not do it for you, it just makes it easier, which is basically what using a tool is. I mean, I don't see you making all your mods in Notepad, which implies that you would use a tool for it, which implies that you're doing something to make it easier, which also implies that you're wrong. And two, I'm allowed to point out stupid things. I'm here to educate the masses. Why wouldn't I point out when they say something silly? Also, I wouldn't use the word stupid, I'd use the word silly, but I'm just a nicer guy than you, so... Sorry. Does it for you what? Do it yourself, then. Yeah, for real. If it was gonna... I mean, have you guys seen the new website that literally makes AI mods? Have you guys seen that? I should do a video on it. But yeah, there's literally a website that does make AI mods now. So I think that's what this guy thinks I'm using. Otherwise, he's a little bit silly. I'm definitely not using the AI website. But maybe I should. It would be a little easier. Yeah, I don't know why it just doesn't show up sometimes. I wonder if there's a better procedure block to use for fire. My guess is, you know, fires, like, automatically go out when they're not on a block that can sustain it. So maybe it's having a hard time keeping it there because of that. There is, I should use that. Oh no. It's called, creative mode, I think. The AI modding website is called Creative Mode, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's 2 enchants down. I think those are the ones we're going to stick with for swords for now. So let's move on. Okay, chat, it's time to come up with some new enchants to add. Hello, Zane. Not you, Shady. Stop reading my message for Zane. Oh, sorry. Sorry! Well, if you're gonna donate bits, I kind of have to read it. So if you want to say hi to Fiery Zane, you can just not donate. Which is what you should be doing already. Calm down. Alright, axe enchants, chat. Block coding is the same as normal coding, it just makes it easier to understand, basically. If there's a tool that helps you make mods, why wouldn't you use it? I mean, obviously, coding them is more precise. Coding them, like, with Java and all that is more precise. You can do more things. But also, this has all the things I need. I'm not doing anything complicated. Although, I do make mod/datapack/add-ons outside of mCreator using Notepad. I make Cobblemon data packs. Oh, this is fun. We're playing a guessing game of who's Costina. Can't you, like, manually go into the code if you want to? Yes. Yes, you can. Ah, I wanted him to keep guessing. My watch wants me to exercise. No way. mCreator does let you go into the code. I can go like this. Oh, nope, not that one. This. And I can see how the code is built. That whiner who was saying I was, who was accusing me of using a program that makes mods for me. Don't you dare, bro. He left. The hater left. Either that or he didn't, and he's just, like, crying now. Everyone hit the like button, JK? What do you mean, JK? Yes, hit the like button. Nobody has any axe enchantment ideas? Okay, chat, just leave your enchant ideas for anything. Axes, pickaxes, shovels, hoes, sickles, hammers, and armor. Anything. I have an idea for hammer. I want to add... what would I call it? Hey, Fiery Zan, I'm adding an enchant called... oh, let's call it Marriage of Gravity. Perfect. For the hammer. So that when you take fall damage... When you take fall damage with the hammer, assuming you survive, it automatically swings the hammer and breaks the ground under you. Mine's a 3x3 under you when you fall with the hammer in your hand. Oh, the other part of my message didn't go through. I'm still not seeing any ideas. Did I miss something? I don't think anyone's giving me ideas. Chat, I wanted to add your ideas because it makes it more special. Chat, give me ideas. I want this stream to be special for you. How much? I need to check my disk space. Okay, I should be fine for the rest of the stream. Okay, no one has any... What ideas do you want? I'm looking for axe enchants. We did sword enchants already, so now I need axe enchants. You're ignoring me? You haven't made a message! You haven't made a message in like 3 minutes! Can you add fire resistant? It is like netherite, but everything floats on lava. I don't know how to code that, but also... I'm not sure that would make sense as a forge enchant. Blunt for swords and axes makes them deal less damage. We want helpful things. I guess we could add curse enchants. So it's like... You get a random combination of the enchants available every time you forge a weapon, and you have a chance to get a curse enchant. So if you get like a curse enchant and the enchant you want, now you can't use it because it's screwed up. I'm not sure I want to do that. Thinking. This isn't helping. My pose isn't helping. I can't think. An enchant that gives you more XP when you kill. I actually had that idea for the sickle. Because if you think about it, like, the sickle... kind of like the Grim Reaper's weapon, you know? The scythe, sickle, same thing, basically. And what if the sickle had a reaping enchant? I wanted to call it reaping. That gave you more XP. Grants experience simply from hitting a mob. So it's like you don't even have to kill it anymore. You get XP every time you hit a mob. That one will go on the sickle. Add gambling to the mod. If you guys want to gamble, I have a mod on my CurseForge page called Costina's Underworld or something like that. I don't freaking remember. But if you go to the Underworld, there are casinos where you can gamble. Make it so Axe can mine a whole tree after breaking one block. Wondering how I would code that, but I think we can do that. I think that's fair. Felling. Timber. I feel like this enchant is added in so many mods. It's not exactly original, but it's still a good idea. What should we call it? What should I call my axe enchant that makes a whole tree break from one log? Timber, lumberjack, fell, splintering, verdant cleave, tree breaker. Timber is fine. Timber breaks a whole tree when you break one log. Okay. So the first thing we need to do to create this, assuming we don't have it already. Okay, we have logs. Chat, what did I miss? We added the ignite enchantment. And now, we're working on a timber enchantment. Timber. This one's gonna be super rare. Okay, so let's add the enchant called timber. It's gonna go on axes, so let's, select all these axes here. Use, main hand slot. Anvil cost. Can't coexist with what enchant? I think it's fine to coexist with everything. And save. Woodcutter. Add an enchant that lets you combine bacon and create the fabled Doctor Strange bacon ring. Oh! I get that reference! Yo, Glue Gunner, that is elite ball knowledge, dude. I was so confused for a second. I was like, is this a reference to one of them games Glue Gunner's always talking about? But nah, I get that reference. Chat, for the context of the people, when I was creating the mod Superhero Plus, when I created the sling ring texture, I accidentally made it colored like bacon at first because I'm colorblind, so chat had to yell at me and make me fix it. But that's what Glue Gunner's talking about. That is an elite reference. And that made my day. I appreciate that, dude. Timber procedure. Okay. A block is broken if item in the main hand of entity if item in the main hand of entity, I should probably center this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Item in the main hand of entity is enchanted with... I keep doing this wrong. There we go. Timber. Now we just have to create a whole lot of if statements. So if... we have to check, like, 27 blocks. 26. So here's what we do, chat. First, let's, increase the Y by 1. If get block... oh, shoot. I have to check if the initial block is a log. And... provided block state is tagged as Minecraft logs. So, yes, like this. Or let's add it to an AND block and put it there. And then if is get block there tagged with Minecraft log, then remove block at those chords. There's an easier way to do this. There has to be. Chat, we're going to try something. Okay, there is a template block in here, right here, that checks an area in a 6x6 cube. If I change this to -1, -1, -1 as the starting numbers, and then change these to 3, 3, 3, it should check a 3x3 radius. Now, if the block that we find here is tagged as a Minecraft log, then we can remove the block. Let's use a different one. We're doing some smart boy crap right now. Yo, welcome to the stream, Jaden. He'll make me mod. He looks pretty big to me. Who TF is you? I plan on making mod applications the day that I hit 50 viewers on the same stream for the first time. So, if you guys would like that to happen. So let's take these and move them over here. Oh, there's a fly on my arm. Let's put these here. And then we also need to play break effect of... We'll just make it oak log, make it generic. Modding gang. 3 inches is pretty big. I agree. Average even. Above average, sorry. Yep, yep. Okay, oh shoot. I just realized I probably had the correct block I wanted the first time. So let's fix this. We need each of these blocks. Alright, chat, so let me explain what I'm doing. Sorry for getting silent when I'm focused. What I'm doing right now is I use a procedure block that detects in a 6x6 radius, and I changed the parameters to make it check a 3x3 instead. So in a 3x3 square around the first block we break, it will detect if there's any other logs and remove them with this one right here. Now what we have to do, we're going to export this and name it Timber. And save mod element. Now, we're going to create a new procedure called Timber Loop. We're going to import our Timber procedure and just take this right here. Now, in advanced, we're going to call a procedure at these chords here. And call the procedure Timber Loop, but I have to save this first. Okay, let's go back into Timber Loop. And we're going to recall Timber Loop every time it breaks a log. Then in here, we have to add the same block. So call procedure, delete, 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 X, Y, Z, and call for timber loop. Let me do a quick explanation of what we've done here, chat. What if you extend it to leaves for big trees too? Well, the leaves will automatically break over time, as long as it correctly gets rid of all the logs, but we'll see. Okay, so take a look at this. First, it's going to detect if we have the timber enchant, and then it is going to detect if the block we broke is a log. Then this procedure right here is going to check a 3x3 radius and break all the logs in that radius with this one. And if it breaks a log, it is going to call the procedure timber loop, which is basically the same thing, but at the new chords. Every time it breaks a new log, it's going to do timber loop again until eventually you run out of logs to break. This should work, hypothetically. We're going to try it, and it's going to be sick. And while we are coming up with this, chat, I need some more ideas. Give me some more ideas, chat, of axe enchants. We need one more axe enchant. What should I add to nautilus shells to make them better? You know how, like, when you put your ear up to a shell, you can hear the ocean? Make it work kind of like a horn, where when you right-click it, you hear ocean sounds. Try spawning a big oak tree if you want to use your current method. Yeah, I will. We'll try it on a small tree just to start. No, my mod will already have amethyst armor. What kind of mod are you making now, Fiery Zane? Because weren't you making an end mod? Just so you know, chat, clips of the stream are going to be put into the video where I showcase all these enchants. Yeah, this video is not popping, bro. Okay, the Ultimate Bee Farm video is about the same. That only got 100 views, though. The Lakeside Fishing Cabin video got 200 views. So there's still a chance. It's a side project that updates useless items. What should I rename the video to? The Modern Day Tinker's Construct. Is that clickbaity enough? The Modern Day Tinker's Construct. I feel like the thumbnail is also pretty bad in my new video. I don't know. So you're saying that if I time the air horn right, it'll get in? I'll probably cut it out regardless. Okay, so we used Ignite. Now let's grab our axes. Enchant, Dev, Reasonable Progression, Timber. Oh, I just realized there's literally no leaves here, or no trees. Sapling. Game rule random tick speed 1000. Clearly this does not work. Aww. What? Huh? I don't get it. What did I do wrong? It's breaking leaves. Huh? Okay, so the starting chords are -1, -1, -1. So it should go -1, repeat 3 times. Let's pull up... So I used a similar procedure to create the greenhouse panels and the sprinklers. Let's go to greenhouse panel, not this one. Where's the procedure that has this? Crop detecting. 6, 10, 6, -3, 0, -3. Does +1 every time. Set found to true. Okay, I don't know why it... Okay, why is it setting found to true before there's a log? Okay, so what it looks like... Okay, so what it is it's changing the coordinates here before it ever gets to this down here. Which means that I can't successfully do a procedure at those chords using this method. Debug it. We're getting there, dude. But welcome to the stream. Mateo changed his profile picture. Chat, y'all should turn on notifications. That is true. That is what they should do. Okay. Here's what we're going to try, chat. So let's go to forging, new enchants, axes, timber, timber procedure. For some reason, my M creator is bugging out. Why is it bugging out? Chat, I'm gonna reopen M creator. Give me a second. Totally forgot about my math exam. Yikes. Keep going. 3 out of 10 subs. Alright, Twitch. You know what to do. I have a biology exam tomorrow. Yikes. Gotta go. Bye, Shady. I ain't leaving until you say bye back. Goodbye. New enchants, axes. Oh, I should have just not said bye so he never left. Dang it. I'm a brokey. You were literally flexing your money like half an hour ago, dude. What if we put this procedure here? And then delete this. I think that should work. Alright, let's do it, chat. Oh, you guys probably can't see this, can you? Bruh. Okay, chat. Hypothetically, I fixed it. We'll see. How did I make the sickle work? The sickle is kind of similar because it has AoE. Sickle. Yeah, the sickle also uses this. Okay, so I did the exact same method for the sickle, so theoretically it should work as intended. Add an enchantment so whenever you right-click, you spawn a cobweb. I ain't leaving until you say bye. Never. You're not allowed to go. I have a great feature idea. What if when you right-click a villager, you get their nose? Okay. The base feature of it is working. Yes! Let's go! Thank you for the sub! Resubscribed with Prime. Let's go. Alright, chat. We got Timber basically working. I'm just an idiot and forgot to loop it again. So let's export Timber and save. And then let's delete that, import Timber. Put that there. And that should do it. Save. Okay. Are we ready, chat? Play. I need $10. My idea is copyrighted. Sucks. What does that mean? It works. W. It only broke 2 blocks, though. We want it to break all of them. Oh, we should probably, like, make it so that the axe takes durability relative to how many logs it breaks. Honestly, I should make it take more damage than how many logs it breaks. Breaks a whole tree when you break 1 log at the cost of extra durability. Durability loss is mid. Maybe it shouldn't take extra durability, but it'll take 1 durability for every log you break. Breaks a whole tree when you break 1 log. Okay. Okay, let's test it. Do we have any big trees in the crowd out here? Okay. Why did you basically add an off-brand flint and steel but not add my W idea? Which idea? The cobweb? Well, first of all, Yes, it works! I was already working on something else when you suggested the cobweb thing. See ya at karate. See ya, dude. Yeah! And you can break it from the middle. Wait, did that not drop the logs? It's only dropping 1 log each time. Alright, so that's not exactly how we wanted it to work. But we're getting close. Alright, let's see if it breaks the big tree. Yippee! So it mostly works. Why isn't it dropping the log? Remove block at these chords and drop. So why isn't it dropping? Isn't there a block to, like, convert an item to... Okay, wait. Convert. Okay, convert here. And then spawn dropped item. Like so. Let's add a remove block procedure here. And move these coordinates up. Spawn dropped item. We should probably put this at the top. and then put this in here. Alright, that should do it. Now let's export that as timber again. Exit out, timber procedure, delete that, import, timber, and paste. Okay. That should do it. Auto emote. I just got pinged. What just happened? Ed Monk. Ed Monk? I love that name. I wish I could be Ed Monk. Okay, let's close the game, and let's do this again. We pretty much figured it out. I don't think I'm going to be able to make every enchant today. Okay, what axe enchant should we add after... I just came up with a silly one. What if we added a splintering enchant, where whenever you break logs, they automatically turn into planks, and sticks, and various other things? So it's like, instead of getting logs from every log you break, you get, bark, and planks, and sticks. I kind of like that one. Nobody else is coming up with ideas, so I might as well. Splintering. When you break a log, instead of dropping itself, it will drop a mixture of bark, planks, and sticks. That's going to be kind of annoying to add, because then I got to add individual if statements for every wood type. Okay, let's try this again. So, if I fixed it correctly, it should drop all the wood now. It dropped 2. Okay, let's get rid of all the wood in our inventory so we can properly count. It's only dropping 2. Why is it only dropping 2? Huh? Oh. Chat, I just realized I'm stupid. I copied and pasted the new code to the same thing it was already in, which means it never got to the second one. I just copied and pasted it into the same thing twice. I am super duper smart. I am super duper smart. I am very smart. I'm a smart cookie. I am super smart. I'm gonna cope. I'm only leaving until he responds. Dubs. Will you consider adding mine? The cobweb one? No. For 2 reasons. One, it doesn't really make sense to, with a sword. It doesn't make sense with a sword for a forge type enchantment to spawn cobwebs. It would make sense if you, like, got that enchant by adding the weaving enchant to the sword or something like that, or, potion effect. The second reason is because cobweb PvP is annoying, and I don't want to enable people to be annoying. Why not use a single function instead of duplicating? The reason is because that's how I get it to loop. Okay, how do I explain this? Let me close this real quick. I shall explain, Mr. 420. Mr. Mrs. Attack Helicopter person. So, when you do this procedure and call it by a block being broken, the procedure itself will center itself at the block you broke. So, anytime you do something with coordinates, it will center itself at the coordinates you broke the block at. When I want it to loop so that it breaks multiple logs, I need to move that center to the next log and then check everything around that log instead. So by looping it, I'm resetting that center block and checking everything else there. Instead of if I looped it in a single procedure, I would have to do some complicated math to get the center to move. Thank you for visiting my TED Talk. Now, how do I get my game to reappear on Streamlabs? Okay, there we go. Alright, let's check. Drop all the logs. I think it worked. Did it drop extra? Okay, wait. We can do an exact test like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I probably... Okay, 21 logs. I was gonna say I probably should have counted that, but I can do basic math. Hypothetically, there should be 21 logs there. There's 22! Why is there 22? I have a solution. I have a solution, chat. That is my solution. We're done. I fixed it. I hope. Bye, meme guy. Thank you for checking out the stream. If my hypothesis is correct, hypothetically, this should be working now. I like the idea of the splintering enchant, but it's just gonna be so annoying to add. Because how many wood types are there in the game? I think including the silk wood in my mod, it's 13. So we have to make 13 different complicated if statements. I guess 13 isn't that bad. Because I'm going to just be copy and pasting and changing the information. What am I doing? We're currently making new enchants for my mod reasonable progression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there should be 15 logs here when we break it. Perfect. Okay, we did it. We added a timber enchant. Let's go. All right, let's place down more trees. I want a big tree. Come on, you were supposed to be a big tree, dude. Yippee! 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 This is so satisfying. I love this. I'm looking for another big tree. I wanna watch a big tree fall to the timber axe. There we go. Ready? I mean, I have my tick speed turned up, but the leaves will decay just a little bit slower when you guys do this, which is fine. But we did it! Maybe Google how to spawn big trees. Nah, it's fine. We got a few. A bit surprised that it worked. Me too. Okay, I usually highlight the things that I am done with on my document, so give me a second just to highlight dexterity, ignite, and timber. Okay, now we have to add splintering. Splintering. I don't know what the benefit of splintering would be, but it's fine. Procedure. Oh, nope, not procedure yet. We need the enchant first. Enchant. Splintering. 1, 1, can be put on axes. So select all the axes here and use. Okay, supported slot, main hand, treasure, enchant, save. Test, test, test. Okay, now procedure, splintering, use. Okay, so when a block is broken, if enchant, you should add an explosion enchant where you throw the weapon / TNT, but if it's a weapon, it explodes itself. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. If you want to re-explain that, I would be welcome to humor the idea. Okay. When a block is broken, if the item in the main hand of the event target entity is splintering, then if provided block state I should probably... No, it's fine. Log. If it's an oak log, then... let's add 3 repeat blocks. Like so. And then random integer in each of them. And then spawn dropped item. We have to add plus 0.5 to each coordinate to make it spawn in the middle. Like so. Like that. Good. And then let's copy and paste the spawn dropped item thing. And then we'll have multiple things. So the first one will be sticks. How many sticks can you get from a log? Let's do some quick math. So from a log, you get 4 planks. 4 planks, which means you can craft sticks twice, which means it would be 8. So let's do 4 to 8 sticks per splinter. For planks, you can get 4, so let's put 2 to 4 oak planks. And then from bark, per log, I think you get 10? No, 6. Because there's 6 sides to a log. Durr. Except there's only 4 sides with bark on it. We're gonna make it 6 anyway. We don't need logical math. Log. Oak bark. This one. Also, if you're able, you should make a function with the repeat random times and take an input to the function for the block to be spawned. Oh, stop the main drop of the log. You have a good point there. Now how would I do that? Maybe I should make it a right-click function. It might be a little easier. Because then I don't have to get rid of the drop. If player right-clicks with item, if item in the main hand is splintering, then let's detect if provided block state is tagged as a log, then remove it. Remove block zeros, remove block at XYZ. Okra Venom, welcome to the stream. So that will remove the block there. We should also play a sound. Block sound. And I want the sound of stripping a log with an axe combined with the sound of a log breaking. Wood break. Okay. So when you right-click with the splintering enchant on a log, it will break the log. This is reasonable progression, not illogical progression. I don't know what you're quoting me for. Blah, 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 blah. This should be fine. Duplicate. And then I can collapse this to prevent editor lag. So, if we go into log here, the next log is spruce. So let's change this to spruce planks. Nope. Spruce planks. The bark. I don't want to talk about it. Spruce. Spruce bark. Okay. So now we only have to do this 11 more times. Kurt Cobain. Love that username. Welcome to the stream. Log. Next one is birch. So let's make this one birch planks. This is the part of the stream where it gets a little bit boring. But what I want you guys to do while I am attempting to speedrun this is I want you guys to let me know what type of enchants I should add for the pickaxe. Oops. Which log is next? Jungle? Where's the planks? Oh. Is that correct? I think so. Just X-ray? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Log. Okay, next log is acacia. Let's grab acacia planks. And let's grab acacia bark. And collapse. Next log is dark oak. Dark oak planks. Dark oak bark. If you eat 30 potatoes, I will subscribe to you. I don't think I have 30 potatoes, but unfortunately I have to time you out now for spamming. You knew that was gonna happen, though. You're just a silly little guy who wanted to get timed out because he's a weirdo. Long time no see, Shady. Yo, Sathvik, what's good, dude? Welcome back. We are currently working on my mod Reasonable Progression. We're adding an enchant right now called Splintering. That instead of turning your logs into logs, if you right-click them, you can, well, splinter them into sticks, planks, and bark. Log. The next log is mangrove. Go into Minecraft to eat the 30 potatoes? I could. Oh. Did I do cherry for pale? Yeah, this is supposed to be pale. Pale oak planks. And pale bark. So the next one is cherry log. Yeah. Cherry planks. And cherry bark. There we go. Collapse. I hope this works first try, because this is going to be a lot of things to fix if it ends up not working. Okay, silkwood. Silkwood planks. And silkwood bark. And then we have two more. We have to do the stems. So, warped stem. Warped planks. And warped bark. Yo, Shady, just got done with my Korean class. Yo. Good job. How'd you do? How'd you do today in class? Crimson planks. and crimson bark. Okay. That should hypothetically be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna assume I miscounted. Save. If you use functions, it would lower the number of things to fix from 33 to 3. Yeah, but I'm too silly for that. External trigger you selected does not provide all the dependencies. I don't have provided dependency block state. Oh, because it's supposed to be right clicks on block, and I put right click item. Silly, silly. I ended up with an 84 on the quiz. Not great, but not awful, considering this teacher always gives us a 10-minute time limit. 10-minute time limit is diabolical. But also, I feel like for learning a language, that might not be so unreasonable. Because if you're learning a language, then you want to learn it to a fluent level, and if it takes you more than 10 minutes to come up with whatever the teacher needs you to come up with, then I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. So, still diabolical, but also kind of makes sense. So, with the explosion, you can put it onto a weapon, and when a weapon, example iron pickaxe, gets the enchant, it has the ability to throw it. It acts normal until you throw it, and then it explodes. That kind of reminds me of, there's like an X-Men character whose X gene gives them the power to explode one time, and then they'll die. So they have the ability to spontaneously combust, but they can only do it one time. Know what? Elliot, I like that idea. I'm going to add it. I'm going to call it faulty. And if you right-click with the pickaxe, it will be thrown and explode. Dealing AoE damage and breaking the block it lands on. I kind of like that because it's funny. Senpai spider? I haven't heard the word senpai in a while. That's like OG brain rot right there. For anyone who wasn't there before, because I'm so proud of this enchant and I'm going to keep showing people, I made timber. I recreated the timber mod. Okay, what were we doing? Slash enchant dev reasonable progression splintering. Oh, I forgot it's right click. Oh, I should probably make the axe swing when you right click. Yeah, I like that. That works. You just described a creeper, basically. The only thing I'm going to add is making it so that it swings the hand. And then we're done. We created 4 enchants in one stream. How long have I been live? An hour and a half? I think I can do one more. Should I do the faulty pickaxe one? That's sick. Thank you, Stereo Oreo. And Adrian Pistorius. Should I showcase all the enchants that we created this stream so far? For the new people, stick around. I'm going to show you guys the new enchants, and then we're probably going to do maybe one more. But it looks like I'm going to have to stream this multiple times, because we've only created the enchants for the sword and the axe so far, but we still have to make pickaxe, shovel, hoe, sickle, hammer, and armor. I started counting with my fingers, and I realized I'm not coordinated enough to... Okay. Yo, that's sick, W stream. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that. Hold up, my nose is drippy. Ignore my drippy nose, chat. Stereo Oreo. Something about that name just tickles my brain. I mean, what? I don't know why I'm getting tickled by my viewers. I mean, what? I need to stop talking, chat. I should be banned from speaking. Okay. So let's check out all the enchants we've done so far. So, slash enchant dev reasonable progression dexterity. And then enchant number 2 is ignite. Enchant number 3 is timber. Enchant number 4 is splintering. Okay, so let's grab a turtle master potion just so we don't immediately kill whatever we hit. And let's grab a cow. So dexterity increases your attack speed. So you'll see if I'm holding dexterity, my attack speed is 2.6. If I'm not, it's 1.6. So and it also decreases knockback, so you can then combo. So watch this. The cow takes minimal knockback and allows me to combo. Then ignite. When you right-click the ground, it sparks and has a chance to light the ground on fire. Oh, I forgot to add the durability thing to the timber. I'm gonna have to fix that. But speaking of timber, and then the last enchant is splintering. So we place this down, you right-click, and it turns the log into sticks, planks, and bark. Dang, bro, eat sugar? Oh, my heart's an Oreo, dunked in milk, blood sugar low. That is some poetry right there. I feel like I could crash the server by, splintering enough logs. Pretty good. Wait, I didn't even check. Okay, it is swinging the hand. That's good. We have to do 2 things real quick. Spark is gonna set so many houses on fire when people try to open doors holding their sword. I made it so that it only works if you click on the upside of a block. So if you click on the side of a door, it's not gonna do anything. So, you should be all good. So, splintering use, all I'm gonna do is add a procedure that deals 1 damage to the item when you use it. Like that, and save. Anyway, you could release this current version so I can mess around with it. Current version as in this version you're working on. No, I'm gonna release it all at once. Let's grab timber. And then let's add deal damage. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? Maybe I should just have a flat durability fee of 10. Or 5. Has a flat durability cost of 5. The reason I can't do it is because in this loop right here, it doesn't have the player dependencies required to take away the durability. So let's deal damage to item here. Item in the main hand of the player and set durability, or deal 5 damage. Anywho, back to trying to eugenics the perfect fish on a Cobblemon server. Valid. Make a sword that makes them fly and then fall when they die. And they die. That would be good for shovel, actually. An enchant where you can scoop a mob into the air. You know what? I'm using that idea. Thank you, Adrian. But I'm making it for shovels. Toss. right-clicking a mob will toss them into the air. There we go. You should make a vein enchant to be applied to pickaxes. I like that, but it would be complicated to implement considering my mod has different ore drops. Let's go to pickaxes. Let's add a new enchant called Faulty. 1-1. Main hand. Max enchant level 1. And can be applied to pickaxes. Save. Don't forget about me. I'm literally doing it right now, dude. Ugh, my nose is drippy, chat. Chat, if you want my nose to be less drippy, hit that like button. So let's create a procedure. We need to make the projectile first. And the tough part about this is that we have to create a different projectile for every type of pickaxe. So wooden pickaxe, projectile. This will probably be the last thing we do today, chat. Power, damage, 3, knockback, 1. Should we just use the arrow sound? We'll use trident sound for throwing. Trident throw. There we go. Okay, save. It's time-consuming for this idea. It is, in fact, time-consuming. Okay, bye, Shady. Bye! Thank you for checking out the stream, Sathvik. Alright, let's then create a projectile for... Oh, that's his stole. Let's create a pickaxe projectile for stone pickaxe projectile. I think this stream is officially longer than the public SMP stream we did yesterday. So can you make my idea? Probably not this stream, but I have written it down, so it will end up in the mod. I think this is going to be the last enchant I make this stream. We have to start by making a ton of pickaxe projectiles. Oh, I didn't make a folder for Faulty. Oops. Gold pickaxe. Whoa. Why did a bunch of my entities just become broken? I didn't do anything to inflict brokenness onto them. I'm confused. I didn't do anything. Why are 4 of my entities randomly broken? Whatever, I guess. Don't be mean, Elliot. This enchant is so silly, because who's gonna want to get rid of their netherite pickaxe just to throw it at something? Okay, so let's create a folder real quick for faulty. Let's select... Here we go. Okay, let's create a procedure for faulty throwing. Okay, so when player right-clicks with item, if the item is enchanted with faulty... For this one, I do have to check if it's a pickaxe. So... Okay. If it is enchanted with faulty and oh. I think that one should work. Provided item stack, external input, if it is tagged with Minecraft : pickaxes. Then not having a first class is a good time to get my homework done for next week, so that's what I'm doing. Good job, I'm proud of you. I love you. That's my girlfriend, chat. I didn't say I love you to a random viewer. Although I think I did say I love you to you guys earlier, so... plausible. Bye, Kane. I gotta go, W stream. Love y'all. Bye, Adrian. I'm losing my train of thought. I guess the first thing we need to do is remove main hand from the entity. And let's make all of these main hands just for the sake of consistency. Remove one item from the main hand of the entity. Then we need a projectile procedure that is going to shoot from the entity a arrow projectile. Although I have to adjust it depending on which pickaxe is used. So if the item in the main hand of the entity is a wooden pickaxe, then it'll shoot that one. Stone, gold, iron, diamond, and netherite. Okay. Make the physics like a trident? Probably not. Okay. Stone, iron, gold, diamond, netherite, and then we have to select the projectiles. Wood, stone, iron, gold, diamond, netherite. What do you use for that? This is mCreator. We're currently making an enchant that allows you to throw your pickaxes and cause them to explode into pieces. The enchant is called Faulty. Okay, are our entities still having errors? I don't know why they're having errors. It doesn't make sense. It would be nice if it would show me what was broken. But it's not showing me anything. Is there an option to, like, repair? I can try regenerating the code later. Okay. So, now we need to create a procedure for when this projectile is flying. Or should it be when it hits block? When it hits player, explode at XYZ with a power of 1 mob. TNT. And then spawn dropped item, stick. And then spawn dropped item, planks. Actually, we'll have this one just break into sticks, because it's a wooden pickaxe. Integer, repeat, 1 to 4. Save. The pathfinding? I'll check later. Pickaxe, hit, entity. Okay. Save. Diamond and above should be a charged creeper explosion. If you think about it, these explosions are like an explosion of shrapnel coming from the pickaxe. So, I don't think it needs to be a big explosion. Save. What is coding web? Save. If you think about it, diamond and netherite would have stronger shrapnel. I can increase the explosion a little bit. So let's have iron be an explosion of 2. Gold will be an explosion of 2. And then diamond and netherite will be explosions of 3 and 4. I don't know how big a normal explosion is. I just realized, is the explosion going to break the items? The explosion should hypothetically happen before the items drop, so hopefully it's okay. Gold set to 2. Shrapnel PvP, basically. Diamond hits player, create projectile, create procedure. 3 diamond. Imagine spending all that time getting a netherite pickaxe just to use it to throw shrapnel at someone. Although it's returning, I'm going to have it return a netherite ingot in return, so hypothetically if you have the diamonds, you can just make another one. Oh, wait. I just realized you don't forge netherite pickaxes, so it's not possible for any of these enchants to be on netherite. Oh, wait, except you forge diamond ones and then you upgrade it. Never mind, I'm stupid. I'm stupid, chat. Never mind. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is that when it hits block, I'm going to have it do the same thing. So I scroll down and select the same procedure. Oh, I just realized I set all this to hits player, but it should be on hits living entity. So let's fix all of that. So we delete this procedure, we scroll down, we grab this one, we scroll down, we grab this one, and then we save. I'm really worried about my 4 entities that broke. I don't know why they're broken. I'm hoping it still lets me test the mod if I have some broken entities in here. Iron. Iron. Save. Scroll back up, no procedure, scroll back down, gold, scroll down again, gold. Okay, all we're doing right now, chat, is setting the procedures to the right triggers right now. And then we will, test it out. Save. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Netherite. Netherite. Save. And play. Hypothetically, this should work. We shall see. Yikes. My new video is not doing well. It has less views than the bee farm video, and that video did very poorly. Although the impressions are slowly going up, so maybe it's possible. Alright, chat. If this works, this might be the last gameplay of the stream. Ugh. I agree. Make it drop scraps instead of the ingot itself. Potentially. Okay, let's... Oh, wrong section. Okay. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, let's reorganize the order here. Okay, slash enchant dev reasonable progression faulty. Okay, ready, chat? Okay, so apparently it just doesn't work at all. If the item in the main hand is enchanted with faulty, and it's a pickaxe, remove it from the inventory. Oh, I need to remove it after I throw it. Duh. Alright, chat. Give me a second. We're going to turn this off. Play again. Alright, I made a silly mistake. I put the remove code before the throw code, which meant that it couldn't detect which pickaxe needed to be thrown because it was already out of the inventory when it tried. So, silly mistake. I just made a silly mistake, chat. Sorry, chat, just some scrubs on TikTok trying to argue with me about power scaling an arrow. They're trying to tell me... Okay, you guys don't care about this. But they're trying to tell me that Adrian Chase, Prometheus in Arrow, is stronger or a better hand-to-hand fighter than Ricardo Diaz. It's like, bruh. First of all, the character that Diaz is based off of in the comics is literally one of the best fighters in DC Comics. And second, he's beaten Oliver before. Prometheus never beat Oliver in hand-to-hand. He's trash. He's washed. It works. It works, chat. I just realized it's not possible to get these enchants on wood and stone because you can't forge them. So I added their functionality for nothing. You are very welcome. And then we can collect the ores we use to make them. Okay. So, let me check my Google Doc. We have created 5 enchants today. And if I wanted to create 2 for each one, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more enchants. We made 5. So we created less than a third of the enchants that I need for this update. Where do I see the enchanted books? Is that in here? Oh, yeah, there we go. We have my enchants added. Timber. I wish I could choose to have them appear here. Can I set the creative inventory slot? No, I can't. That's lame. Well, we did it. I want to see, how does it do against Deep Slate? Let's go over here. Deep Slate. Enchant, Dev, Reasonable Progression, Faulty. Okay, not great. How about Stone? Can you add mine tomorrow, the Dynamite enchant for pickaxe? No, because it's too similar to this one. But I appreciate your suggestion. Does it break bedrock? No. Yeah, so it's not super OP, it's mostly just kind of funny. But, like, imagine you're in a battle with someone, you happen to have a pickaxe, it's kind of like a Hail Mary type item. So if I have Faulty on a pickaxe, and I'm fighting, say, a Ravager, and he's chasing me, and now I'm in a sticky pickle right here, I just go, BAM! Ah, now he's trapped in a hole. It feels too weak. I was able to escape a Ravager because of it. Whee! Alright, chat. So those were the 5 enchants that we added this stream. I don't know when the next one of these will be, but we have 11 more to add, so that's a lot of work. But I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye. And give it a second for stream delay to catch up.